The sports you know and the players you love. This is the Kittitas Valley Sports Show with your host, Ryan Kuhn.
We are back at the Kittitas Valley Sports Show. My name is Ryan Kuhn. We are talking to Jon Guddat. We talked about rodeo in the last segment. Today, right now, CW athletics. Why CW? I mean, how did you get into your love of CW athletics?
Man, I'm a Wildcat alum. I totally interrupted you because I'm passionate. I'm a Wildcat alum. I'm at football. I'm at basketball. I love watching our softball team. I even try to make it at the Spike Earl Invitational every late or mid-April. So why CWU? That's my team. It's my school. I have some incredible memories as a fan, as a student, as a community member, as an alum, and I just love campus.
Was there any, out of high school, did you think about going anywhere else? Did you want to go anywhere else?
I remember my senior year of high school. I specifically remember, traveling here, taking a look around campus, just thinking how cool it was. I actually went over to Western, mostly just because I remember it was on spring break, and I was just kind of taking road trips with some friends of mine, and Western's a great town or a great campus as well, but it just wasn't me, and so it was pretty clear that Central was for me. I did JC, or I did community college for a year out of high school just to kind of work and generate some money and figure out what I really wanted to do, which I'm still not sure what I want to do with my life, but I knew Central was going to be my school.
CW football, you've covered it, you've watched it. You didn't play it. I'm sorry, and I don't know.
Yeah.
You could have. I mean, could you? I don't know.
No. CW football.
But how did last year compare to all the CW football?
Last year, obviously it didn't end the way we wanted it to. But I mean, what a season! Seriously,
it was amazing. It was amazing.
I don't know if Central ever fell off the map after their 2009 season, but Coach Hugh and company and the squad, I mean, what a way to blast back onto the national scene. It's nice us locals and around the Northwest, we're always going to talk about Wildcat football, but, when you got people in, Super Region number 2 there in Alabama and Georgia talking about Central football, when you got teams in Texas and Minnesota talking about Central football, I think that just proves that we're back in terms of a national presence, and so a heck of a regular season, getting back into the standings and having some convincing wins, and I look forward to seeing that again.
I mean, Riley Hennessy, 28 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 67% passing efficiency. I mean,
if I was
it starts with him. It starts with him.
What's that?
It starts with him.
I know. Like. I mean, what an incredible talent. I've never met the guy, but I love to watch him play. Just seems to have such a presence in the pocket, and I would assume that presence in the huddle and on the practice field and in the weight room and in the film room, I got to imagine that he's the same no matter where he's at. And so, from a competition perspective, too bad that it wasn't the right scenario for him at Eastern, but I'm sure glad it seems like it's the right scenario at Central.
Well, and talk about that and that defense. I mean, that rushing defense was amazing. Only nine rushing touchdowns, averaged, what is this, 1.6 yards an attempt. I mean, that's...
When you run into a rushing defense, it looks like a wall, especially when we're in those black jerseys, and it's just a wall of black jerseys, man. That's intimidating. And teams will say they're not intimidated or whatever it is, but when you're going up against one of the best rushing defenses, one of the best overall defenses, that's tough. And that they get you out of your comfort zone, and I can't wait to see that again.
So, I mean, this year, it is a new defense, but, I mean, a lot of returners. How do you think the Wildcats are going to do next year?
If I was Eastern, I'd be scared. And no disrespect to Eastern, they've had a heck of a run as well, but that first game and the Inferno, which is a unique...
Have you been to the Inferno? I mean, it is
cool.
It's an amazing field.
You've been there?
I have. I've never covered a game there, but I actually went and
Yeah.
and it was just that red field is just
It's a unique,
crazy.
The only I've been there. I haven't been there when it snowed, but I've seen it when it's on TV when it snowed. I remember watching their playoff game against North Dakota State the year before the Bison went on their run, and when it snowed there, that red inferno looks like pink cotton candy, basically, with the red and the white snow mixed in there. But what a great field, what a great atmosphere, and unfortunately, Eastern's going to start off with a loss there to open up their season. I think it's a great game. So if it's not going to be a home game against a an in-region rival, that's the best thing that you can do.
Well, let's take a look at the schedule. I mean, we got at Eastern Washington, at Western Oregon, and then the home, it's a quote-unquote home game against Humboldt State over at Zeffel Stadium in Yakima. You go to Simon Fraser, West Texas A&M. I mean, these are all winnable games. I mean,
winnable games, but also, I mean, I think Eastern will be an incredible test, but I really do feel confident about that. Not to take anything away from Humboldt State. I think with such turmoil over the offseason, I'm not really high on that team this year. You didn't ask for my personal opinion, but there it comes.
I was gonna say, like, we'll get there. Calm yourself.
Yeah, but I do like the schedule. I do like the way it opens up, and I understand why we're playing at Zeffel Stadium. The silver lining there is we're going to come back to a true home, a true upgraded home field advantage with the field turf and everything like that. Beyond the schedule and beyond the team, I'm really looking forward to the venue.
I was going to say, did you ever think that Central would get a beautiful home turf field like what they're not, I wouldn't say proposing, but they're actually doing? They're under construction right now. I mean, this stadium is going to be absolutely gorgeous.
I think so. I will admit that I'm a purist. I love grass. I love the changes the grass field makes as the season wears on. But I know that from a venue, from a marketing standpoint, from a potential income standpoint, Central will be just it being literally in the central part of the state. I know it can host a lot more playoff games. Will be an option for the high school teams for WIAA. So I think from a monetary standpoint, what a great move in the right direction. I'm sure that as long as the product on the field is solid, then I'll be able to overcome my green grass purist mentality, and I just want the Wildcats to win whatever field they play on.
All right. After 11 games, give me your prediction.
11-0, baby.
11.
That's no hesitation right there.
Okay, you got to back it up. You can't just be like, "Oh, my Wildcats are 11-0." I could say the same thing with all my alma mater, Sac State. They're going to go 11-0.
And we both know what you serve something up on a silver platter for me, and I'm actually gonna I'm gonna let that be a strike. I'm gonna let that go past me. You're right. You make a good example of, hey, you think your alma mater is gonna go 11-0. Obviously, I acknowledge my bias. But I think what they did, and I know we lose some things, but we also gained quite a bit in terms of personnel, and we also gained a new perspective in terms of coaching staff. And I really do think that we're back on the map, and us being the only four-year university in Washington that offers football, and one of the few in the entire West Coast that offers D2 football. I guess I should make that clear. We are a destination for a lot of maybe some white chip recruits that might not. That might have gotten overlooked by the small D1s, and so I really do think that I can back up that prediction with, hey, some shown improvement over the last couple of years, and with just the depth that we're adding, the depth that we're replenishing, and then the depth we're adding.
Well, I'm interested to see how these new freshmen who redshirted last year and what they bring. Ian Shoemaker told me that he has a lot of talent, and they didn't get any action because they had a red shirt. So it'll be I feel like it's going to be an exciting season. There's going to be a lot of questions to answer, and most importantly, a gorgeous field. Gorgeous field.
Definitely. I look forward to seeing it. I've been driving by on 18th Street, just kind of peeking in through the fences, and and looking at what that improvement is looking like, and then down the road to see what the track facility is looking like. And so I think we're going to have an incredible product on the field that's a brand new field.
Central Washington starts their season on September 1st at Eastern Washington. It's a 1:05 kickoff. Jon Guddat, you are not going to go, right? Because rodeo?
I will be neck deep behind the chutes covering rodeo, but I can guarantee you I will be on your Twitter page watching for updates. I'll have the game on my phone. So in between event performances there on Saturday, I'm going to be either texting and tweeting you and begging for updates.
Sounds good. We'll be back right after these messages.